The first problem which I am facing is, like I told you guys, Arey, that's DV. Check that out, that's DV. Isn't it?
Yes.
What are the odds? We are meeting DV. Guys, the man, the myth, the legend. There he is, DV with his wife. And normally when you buy new tires, right? Let's say you're replacing one tire. If you're replacing one tire, by default it goes on the back. Okay, that much even I know. Now let's say that you're replacing two tires and the car obviously has four tires. Now if you have two new tires, where do they go? Do they go at the back or do they go at the front? So that is why even right now we're trying to see what best options we have. First thing is the availability of the tires. The tires have to be available for that 18 radius. And after that, whatever options are there, you need to decide which one to buy. And then uske baad cost factor aata hai. So yeah, it is not just easy that your tire patti hai and you have to go and buy a new one. Something or the other always happens on this channel. That is why you guys need to subscribe. The stock tires that come for Jeep Compass are 225/55 R18 Bridgestone Turanza tires. Now, unfortunately, I've had a lot of problems with these tires because if you guys remember in the Leh series as well, I had lost 3 out of my 4 tires in Leh because of the amazing off-roading that we had done in Leh. Coming to the various options that we have now, there are 2 different types of tires. You have your highway terrain tires and you have your all-terrain tires. Okay, now what are the differences between the two? Here it goes. Right now what I need to figure out is what is the difference between the HT tires and the AT tires. Because like I have told you, based on my knowledge, AT tires are good for off-roading, whereas HT tires are good for touring and highway runs. But let's hear it from the man himself. So from your point of view, what do you recommend?
So all-terrain, there is no options at all in these sizes.
Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, the compatible sizes for your vehicle, the sizes, there are only 2 sizes which is compatible.
Okay.
That is 235, 55, 18.
Okay.
Right now we have 225, 55, 18.
Correct.
235, 55, 18 is one size.
Okay.
Or 245, 50, 18 is one more size.
Okay.
And in these sizes, all 3 sizes, keeping your stock size also in mind, for all 3 sizes there are no 80 option.
No, but then what is the difference between 235, 55, 18 and 245, 50, 18?
235, 55, 18, you'll be getting 10 mm broader
Contact patch, whereas the sidewall remains the same.
Sidewall will be slightly height,
But it's 55 auto. No,
55, it is calculated in such a way that 55% of 235.
Oh, yes, I got it. Okay.
Now you have 55% of 225.
Correct. See, what you have to see the difference is now this is the new tire which I am considering. Okay, so this is the 245/50 R18. Whereas this, what I had originally, this is the 225/55 R18. Now what he has told me the difference among the 2 tires is, now over here, this one, the sidewall is comparatively smaller. Now if you guys can compare that tire and this tire, this sidewall is comparatively lesser because that is 55 whereas this is 15. At the same time, if you guys can see, this contact patch and this contact patch is different. This contact patch is narrower whereas this contact patch is broader. I need to decide between whether I need to go for a bigger contact patch or whether I need to go for a bigger sidewall. Okay, now the problem which I have faced in all of my previous tires for the 45,000 kilometers that I've owned this is that I normally tend to have a lot of sidewall damage. Okay, and as you guys already know that we go super fast on the highways, so I need performance tires as well. But the problem is that if I go off-roading, even if I go mild off-roading, these tires which have smaller sidewall do tend to crack. So lastly, I am leaving it to him. Let's see what he recommends, and that is the tire I'm going to buy. I'm not going to put my dimag into it.
Size is calculated in such a way that the aspect ratio must be less than 2%.
Okay.
So you can see many tire of size calculators on ground. So if you check that, these 2 are the perfect size for your vehicle. However, as you mentioned, if you go over 234, 55, 18, slightly the sidewall will improve. It is a very slight chances of sidewall getting damaged will be reduced.
So yeah, anyway, coming back to my point. So what I told you was one of the tires of mine needs to be replaced because it developed that bubble and I had to replace that one tire. So my question to him right now is, can I replace just one tire or do I have to replace it in sets of 2?
No, if you had driven the other tire which is there on the same axle, if it was like 5,000 kilometers driven, 7,000 kilometers driven, then you would have had at least somewhere around 70 to 80% of life left in the.
Okay.
At that point of time, we would recommend to go with only one tire. Now the failure indicators are almost reached.
Okay.
If you run it that way, actually it's only other countries and all, even will change the tires when it is still of 3 mm of wear.
And how much is mine right now?
Yours will be around 1.5.
This is like इतना ज़्यादा hardcore driving नहीं करने का. ठीक है. We measure the depth over here and you know it is quite low. So what he's recommending is for me to change both the rear tires, okay? So the other one I've already changed. So as you guys can see over here, this is the stepney that I've put because that other tire is completely gone. Now I need to change this tire as well. So mota do kharcha ho gaya. This tire, as you guys can compare between that tire and this tire, this depth is still there. You know, it is not completely worn out, so I can still run with this. How many more kilometers will this come? Okay, 5k to 7k kilometers, and the other one as well, right? Okay. Whereas if I put a new tire, ideally how long should it last?
Depends on your maintenance, and you said it's somewhere between 30,000 till 60,000.
So basically what he's trying to say is I have not maintained it well because as you guys know, in 45,000 kilometers I've already changed it twice. My reasoning I would complain is because of the Bridgestone brand, because I am personally not satisfied with Bridgestone as well. So you know, hopefully since we have to change 2 tires right now, let's go for a completely new brand, whichever he recommends. So another question which a lot of viewers might have and even I have is, what is this under unconditional warranty and under what circumstances can you claim warranty?
Unconditional warranties are applicable until 50% of thread depth.
Okay.
And some brand of concrete offers it for 2 years. Bridgestone offers it for 3 years.
Okay.
And Yokohama offers it for 5 years.
No, but when you say unconditional warranty, does that mean I can take my car anywhere and whatever happens to the tire, they'll replace it?
Yes. Non-fixable puncture happens also. You can get it clean.
Okay.
So the puncture can be fixed. If it happens on the thread pattern, that can be fixed, right?
Right.
So that will not be covered under warranty. If a sidewall puncture happens, there the puncture cannot be fixed. So that also can be covered. Any damages can be covered. And whenever you clean it, it works on pro rata basis.
So it doesn't mean that, you know, it is a completely one-to-one replacement, but it is some percentage off.
Yes. If you have 80% of thread depth left, you will get a claim of 80% from the company. 20% you will have to put and buy a new one.
That is all. So guys, एकदम free नहीं है, ठीक है? पैसा डालना पड़ता है. So now coming to the options that we have. So can you just tell me what options I have right now? Highway terrain tires. Okay. Give me options for both 235, 55, 18 and what is the other one? 245, 58.
That free. If you want to mention that you are looking for excellent braking and for that I would keep 245, 50, 80 Rosso in the first position.
Okay.
Definitely Rosso 100W, 23,100 per tire. That is the selling price. For Pete Club members, we have a discounted price of. Okay, and then Michelin Fantasy Forestine also is similar to Rosso.
Yeah.
In that price, 240 per FDAB. That will cost you 23,500 approximately.
ये सब MRP है, ठीक है? If you guys want this BJC discount, buy a Jeep.
In 235, 55, 80, Michelin Latitude Sport 3,
Okay.
and that will cost you somewhere only 25,000. 6,500 is the MRP. Continental SC5 SUV, for this tire is made for achievement, but the speed index is V.
Okay.
So, better the speed index, better the braking angle.
Okay.
What I mentioned on
So W is better then?
W is better.
Okay.
V will be 240, W will be 270.
Okay.
235, 55, 18. Continental SC5 SUV. SC5 SUV has better braking and grip on the dry surface compared to Scorpion Verde.
Okay.
Because the contact patch of the rubber is more in SC5 SUV.
Between the two, which gives the best hybrid performance, like suitable for off-roading also?
Often, all these tires are highway terrain tires.
There is but thoda to off-roading being करना है.
If you want that way, you need to go with the harder component tires like Yokohama, Apollo, Goodyear. But that will not perform well on high speeds.
At the same time, I cannot completely go for highway terrain tires also. These cars will go off-roading.
Once in a while, when you take it on off-roading also, if any damages happens, you have unconditional warranty.
And how does unconditional warranty work? Where can I claim it?
Any authorized dealers in India. Okay.
And what are supporting documents do I need to provide? Just the bill.
Your phone number is more than enough.
Okay, so it can be already registered in the system. Now, normally when you buy new tires, right? Let's say you're replacing one tire. If you're replacing one tire, by default it goes on the back. Okay, that much even I know. Now, let's say that, you're replacing 2 tires and, the car obviously has 4 tires. Now, if you have 2 new tires, where do they go? Do they go at the back or do they go at the front? My observation and my understanding was that they're supposed to go in the front because, it's a front wheel drive car and most of the power is passed on to the front wheels, right? But I was wrong and he's going to tell you why. Why do we have to put it behind?
So when you install 2 new tires, it must always come on the rear axle.
Okay.
If your other 2 tires is of less than 50% tread depth, the new tires must always come on the rear axle, because better the tread depth, better the braking and grip. And then because of hydroplaning, technically if anything happens on the front axle, you can sense that something might happen and I will have to slow down my vehicle. If anything hydroplane happens to the rear axle, you cannot control the vehicle.
Okay.
And then to avoid loss as well, because on the front axle, because of engine weight and steering response, the variety will be 2 times faster compared to the rear axle.
Okay.
So if you put the new tires on the fronts, the tread depth of the old tire and new tire will vary. New tires will have more tread. The impact will be even more. So you will have a huge wear and tear on the tires.
Okay, so it's recommended to put it at the back. So what do you recommend?
So sir, see, 235, 55, 18. Okay, so are concerned about the sidewall damages. 235, 55, 18 are better sidewall than this tire.
Right.
So that the sidewall damages will slightly reduce.
Okay.
And then braking and grip will be better than what you have right now because of 10 mm contact patch.
Okay.
It has 235. That one also has 10 mm button contact patch. So that the braking and grip will be better compared to your Bridgestone tires. And when you see the rubber component, Continental has Civica component. From that also you can expect better braking and grip. So I would suggest 235, 55, 18 let us finalize as per my requirement.
Done. I'm not going to put my mark into it. I'm not going to think too much. 235, 55, 18. Done. Let's just buy it. Continental Sport Contact 5 SUV. Okay, done. Let's just buy it and let's just go back home. Done. Here we are. This is Tire Empire in HSR layout. Definitely do check it out. His name is Kishan. Okay, he's been very helpful. He's guided me when I did not know anything about tires. As you guys know in the starting of the video, I blabbered shit. But still, you guys follow me. Thank you so much for that. And as you guys can see here, this is DV's car. And he's inside, but obviously he's a big guy, so I didn't want to disturb your final bill. So the total has come up to 41,961. Now, the reason it has come up to so much is because I have taken 2 tires where the unit cost is something around 17,800. Okay, so 17,800 for 2 tires. And then I've undergone a lot of, wheel alignment and balancing. I figured that if I'm anyway changing the tires, I might as well get the alignment and balancing done. So that is an additional 6,000 rupees. So the total has come up to 41,961. So what I want to tell you guys as well is if you are in the market for buying new tires, it might be for your car, it might be for your bike, 2-wheeler, whatever it might be. So definitely do check out this shop. It's called Tire Empire. Okay, this is Tire Empire in HSR layout. Definitely you guys have to check it out. And I'll mention the contact down below of Kishan. Okay, he's the guy who's helped me out through all of this. I've got 10% discount because of Jeep Club, obviously. And also he has also been kind and helpful and he has given me a good discount. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is the shop. Okay, this is Tire Empire in HSR layout. This is Kishan and this is Manjunath, right? Yeah. So he's the technician, who has a lot of knowledge. Trust me, all this wheel alignment balancing, I had no idea. They have claimed that it's going to improve the mileage by at least 2 or 3%. So hopefully it improves our mileage because as you guys know, we do long distances and I cannot keep spending so much on fuel. And the tires as well. So these are the brand new tires. Okay, one over here and one on the other side. Both the rear tires are brand new. It's the Continental Sport Contact 5. That was the video. You've seen the entire video. The highlight of today was that I met DV. And luckily, thanks to Kishan, I ended up getting his contact number as well. So, hopefully he's going to mentor our channel and he's going to help us grow. So subscribe to the channel if you want to grow along with us. And also, if you did like this video, please do hit that like button, show your support. It means a lot to us. We're still trying to grow. As you guys can see, I'm going out, reaching out to people and trying to get their help to grow this channel. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching till the end. Bye. Bye.